What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I am ImMakevelli. And today, we got Kawhi Leonard is really doing this to yet another team. Now, I think Jason Tatum pretty much proved it last year. I know I wasn't going to say it. I know I said I wasn't going to say it anymore, but that was a lie. This proves it. Jason Tatum is better than Kawhi right now, and he's better than Kawhi will ever be. Kawhi's literally, he's just sitting out games, bro. He's just sitting out games. He don't want to play. He don't want to play. He don't want to play. Clippers are not going to do anything this year because their star player is lazy. And if your star player is lazy, then the team's lazy. So.
Kawhi Leonard, this is awful. Out indefinitely now as he recover from quad injury that has sidelined him basically all season. He's missed 27 games so far. Coach Pop said that the injury hasn't responded the way we want.
Oh wait, this is some old stuff right here.
He's going to miss his 8th straight game tonight when they face the Cavaliers. And Ty Lue was asked, is he day to day now or is he week to week? And he said right now there is no time frame.
Kawhi Leonard's career is becoming one of the strangest I've seen by far. It's crazy that when fans name their top 5 players in the league right now, you never really hear Kawhi Leonard's name, even though
he never wants to play, man.
Placement, if you ask me, and that's because this man quite literally never plays consistent basketball. It's gotten to the point where it almost feels like basketball is like a side hustle for Kawhi, and he has like a full-time gig somewhere else. The Clippers this season has played a total of 2,640 minutes total. Kawhi Leonard has been a part of 42 of them.
This nigga Kawhi has played one full game all season, bro. And it's like game 15 now.
Kawhi's coming
Tatum
off
better.
the torn ACL that he suffered in that second round against Utah.
Tatum going for MVP.
He missed the entire
Has
last
Kawhi ever
season,
came close to
and in
winning
his
MVP?
absence, the Clippers made
not.
great move after great move, in my opinion, to lessen his load when he returns. They brought in Robert Covington, who could be an excellent defender, taking away a lot of that responsibility from the stars. They brought in his old teammate Norman Powell, who improved significantly offensively and showed it a lot last year with the Clippers. They brought in John Wall on a great deal. Steve Ballmer is paying one of the highest luxury tax bills ever, only second to Golden State at $144 million. The Clippers have the highest.
Damn. Warriors are paying $26 million more in the next nigga. Oh my god.
Payroll in the entire NBA, all in actuality for Kawhi. And nobody, I don't even think the Clippers, knows exactly what's going on with him right now.
Progressing well, but no time frame for return. Bro, he's perfectly fine, bro. He can play, he just don't want to.
Paul George deserves.
He only want to play in the big games, bro.
So much credit, bro. So much credit. Because he's quietly become.
Have the Clippers and the Nets played yet? I bet you he gonna play against the Nets.
One of the most selfless players probably in NBA history. He willingly declares himself as a number 2, though he's been there having to hold down the fort way more often than the so-called number 1.
Listen, Kawhi is the number 1, and I'm totally fine with that. I think I tried to.
No, PG, no. Your mindset should be you should be going for an MVP this year, because this nigga Kawhi is not gonna play more than 50 games, bro. Might not even play more than 40. At this rate, he might not even play more than 30. You need to be going for MVP, bro. You're not a number 2 on this team, bro. They're your so-called number 1. That nigga don't want to play with you. He don't want to play with any of y'all niggas.
Compliment him with being able to take the load off of him. You know, everybody say, you know, Kawhi, you are 1-1, 1A, 1B. I'll publicly say, you know, I'm the 2. You know, Kawhi's the 1, I'm the 2. So that part we nipped in the bud. Like, there's no ego when it comes to that.
Damn, Paul.
In the 2020 playoffs, where Paul George struggled at times, he most definitely did. He and Kawhi both played great in the 6 games leading up to them both having equally bad Game 7s versus Denver. Yet, Paul George got most of the memes and took most of the scrutiny because he hit the side of the backboard and had the playoff P name and all that. Then, in the following playoffs, Kawhi plays probably the best basketball I've seen him play in that 7-game series versus Dallas, but he did have Paul George's help. Once Kawhi tore his ACL against Utah, the injury that he's still recovering from to this day, Paul George was left playing that Batman role against the first-seeded Jazz, averaging 32.5 in those next two without Kawhi Leonard.
32?
Yes, Terrence
Sheesh.
Mann was huge in that Game 6 where they essentially took turns playing around with Rudy Gobert, but Paul George led them to their first Western Conference Finals without Kawhi Leonard. Then, even when they made their first Western Conference Finals appearance in their franchise's history, Kawhi's up there watching them in a suite. Now I know Kawhi gets away with a lot of stuff because he doesn't say much. But bro, imagine if any other player not named Kawhi did that, specifically KD or LeBron. That would have been a much
Niggas
bigger
would be
deal,
getting
I
slandered.
promise you. Then last season, Kawhi was gone, recovering with his knee injury, and this is why I respect the hell out of Paul George.
Bro, the way that they treat this nigga Kawhi, bro, they treat this nigga like he got 4-5 rings, bro. Nigga, you got 2, nigga. This nigga never played, bro, and he never get talked about, bro.
And I've gained so much love for him over the past few seasons. He was hurt last year too. He had a
You got 2, and one of them was because 2 of the Warriors players got injured.
When he came back, the Clippers were in 8th place, fighting
2
for
of
their
their 4 best
lives,
players got injured.
even though they had talent, even though they were making those incredible comebacks, even though Ty Lue was coaching them very well. When he
You
came
traveled
back,
on a lucky
they
shot
were
against
teetering.
Philly.
The Clippers had just lost 5 straight games and 8 out of their last 10. If he was a selfish player, mind you, Paul George has had very serious
Give me
injuries,
those.
notably that broken leg. He could have said, "I'm not putting my injury at risk for a team that's
Give me
not
that.
really a championship contender." What's the point? But he didn't do that at all. He came back, played pretty well for somebody that just missed 3 months, and helped them win 6 out of their next 7 to end the season in that 8th spot.
Frosty.
Then in the play-in tournament, yeah, they lost to Minnesota, but Paul George scored 34, and they just lost to a very talented team. And in the next round against New Orleans, he caught COVID, so it just clearly wasn't their year. But Paul George showed up. Now, in this season, again, without Kawhi, he's still carrying them without the so-called Batman. And I love Kawhi Leonard. He's one of my favorite players when he's there, but he just doesn't play consistent basketball. The Clippers started out, and yeah, they won their first 2 and lost their next 4. But now, they've won 4 out of their last 5 to get over 500. And look at what Paul George has been doing over that stretch. We all know Kawhi is one of the best basketball players in the world when healthy. But no one can deny that he's very high maintenance, and he leaves big mystery clouds over every franchise he's on. In 2017, when he stepped on Zaza Pachulia's size 40 in that playoff game, I don't think no one thought that that would essentially be the last time he played Spurs basketball consistently. But it was.
Spurs was finna win that game too. Crazy.
Kind of like this one, and that's why I'm a little nervous. He was cleared to play from his quad, yet he didn't because he wasn't comfortable. His teammates was always getting questioned about it, and they kind of aired him out a little bit publicly. And it was just a big question mark looming around the Spurs about where is Kawhi?
Kawhi don't feel like a part of the team or the group or anything, like the group text, or just try to make him feel like he's not just totally on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there, he's with us, but it's hard when you don't practice with the team. He's just a hard worker. He's just a focused individual. And
Oh my God, injuries 100 times worse than Kawhi's.
So
damn, Tony.
I assume
That's how you
it's
feeling?
a little harder for him, but hard to tell when he has his own introvert character.
Then in Toronto, they low managed them, learned from Pop, and didn't rush him, built a defensive shield to lessen his defensive role, and he won an NBA championship in that system. But of course, Toronto wasn't really exactly where he wanted to be, so he left. And now with the Clippers, he's played great while there. Nobody can ever deny that with Kawhi. But they've paid this man close to $150 million, and he's played less than half of the games. Now the injuries, they're not his fault. You can't blame Kawhi for not being durable, and he's a very likable dude, so it's hard to anyway. But for somebody that's supposed to be your franchise guy, Kawhi isn't built for that. Like, his body won't even allow him to. His talent will, but clearly his body won't. Out of every single player that's won multiple finals MVPs, Kawhi Leonard has the least amount of points, and that's because he barely plays. You know Kawhi should have way more points than that. He's one of the best scorers of this generation by far. Since 2016, when he really
talk about
broke
AD.
down, he's averaging 29
talk about
points in the
Kyrie not
playoffs.
playing.
Now, everybody in that span that's averaged at least 25 points plus since 2016, he's the most efficient. He has the highest true shooting percentage, better than LeBron, better than Giannis, Steph, everybody. And he's played 70 games, so it's a big span. if that miserable 2020 meltdown against Denver taught us anything, you can't just throw a talented team together and expect them to gel and win a championship. It just doesn't work like that. When stuff hits the fan, y'all don't have that championship DNA or just that chemistry to push y'all through those tough moments. You know how last year for Golden State when they fell down 2-1 against Boston and Draymond was looking kind of wild and doing podcasts and everybody was on his head. Klay Thompson was looking a little washed, not shooting the best. Steph was playing great, but he didn't have enough help. Even if they're past their prime, they have so much history to lean on to get them past those tough moments, and that's why they did. Boston last year, they didn't win an NBA championship, but that core of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Robert Williams.
Rumor has it Tatum was playing with a hurt wrist.
And that's why when they played Brooklyn, it was a clear example of a team with no chemistry versus a team with chemistry and history, and that's why one swept the other. It was clear as day. So for the Clippers, and specifically Kawhi, I think he needs to play at least 40 games. Like, at least 40 games.
Only 40? Nigga, that's less than half the season.
And Kawhi is getting older and so
only 40? The fuck?
Remember, you traded damn near all of your future picks for the next few seasons. Danilo Gallinari, SGA, who's averaging 30, for this duo to win a championship, and they haven't come close. If you guys like the video, like the
video,
follow
but
my social media sites.
His requirement only being 40 games is wild. But hey, y'all judge the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And you road to 10K.